Welcome to a quick guide of the second Abyssal Dungeon in Lost Ark, Phantom Palace. The big mechanics of this fight are 1, preventing the wipe event, and 2, killing both bosses within a couple seconds of each other to prevent the other one going berserk. Alright, there's 4 mechanics to the boss, 2 tank and spanks, 2 wipe mechanics, all pretty manageable. The bosses have abilities that shoot out in X patterns, and that's pretty much all you have to dodge. Once the first phase is over, the bishop will move to the middle of the arena and have a ball over her head. At this point, one of your party members will have a target over their head, whereas the other 3 will have AoE. So if you're the guy with the target, you want to put the bishop in between you and the rook. If you're an AoE guy, you want to spread out and, most importantly, avoid the guy with the target. As you can see here, we almost wiped because one of the AoE guys came to the target. Alright, the second phase is simple. Same abilities, just tank and spank.
And causes mad damage. Y'all gotta fucking spread. Bro, I almost just fucking...
So the second wipe mechanic is a little different. There's going to be a bunch of rooks that spawn, and the only thing you have to do is break 1 or 2 of them that will block the rook's ability from hitting the bishop. Other than that, AoE spreads out, and the target gets behind the bishop. You should only have 2 wipe mechanics to worry about, but if a third one does trigger, it's going to be the same exact mechanics as the second one. Other than that, you want to make sure you kill the bosses within seconds of each other, because if one of them goes berserk, it's more or less a wipe. On the second boss, you're going to want to use his stagger abilities because there will be a stagger check. You want to know who has the most stagger abilities, and if someone has the least amount of stagger abilities, they could use whirlwind grenades. So just like the first boss, there's going to be 4 phases that start with the tank and spank. So the only damaging ability he does is this AoE pizza kind of thing where he sends out a couple damaging slices and a couple safe zones. You could hit him this whole time, but the big thing is you want to save your stagger ability cooldowns for when he has 15 HP. The boss is about to enter the sword and stagger check. In order to hit the boss, you need a sword debuff. You get the sword debuff by running into his sword. It applies to the whole team and only lasts 3 seconds, but you can only hit the boss if you have previously got a sword debuff. So have the guy with the most stagger abilities grab the sword first, second, and so on and so forth. What you want to do is just get the bar down so you don't wipe. So after the stagger check, there will be another tank and spank phase, but at 5 HP bars, he's going to go into it again. So to go back over the mechanic, he's going to send out swords. The person with the most stagger ability should grab the first sword. Once the debuff is done, the second guy grabs it, and hopefully you can clear the bar in time. Jesus Christ. Last HP bar. Hey.